Hey Adelaide, it's your boy Con from Blind Trophy Centre.
Follow my team. You ready, mate? Party people!
And now it's time, live from the Oscar Studios, it's Best Team Men.
On the show.
Thanks to Con and Lena at the Brighton Trophy Centre. Jared's lost it here. Oh, Shifty Lizard and my man, Steve the Pirate, who I went and saw yesterday, and he sorted me out. Yeah. And also did some physio on me.
Yeah. Did he brush your teeth?
No, he didn't brush my teeth. He gave me some squatting actions to do whilst I brush my teeth.
Yeah, I don't know if that's part of what he usually does.
He does have the best beard in the game, though, I will say that.
Yeah.
So he has a very good beard, doesn't he? He's very calm, and he has a beautiful presence about him. Yeah. And then he just really goes hard with his hands, and you're like, hold on, what about all this calm talk we had before?
Yeah, I thought
Get off me. I thought this is to do with my back, not that.
Well, two of us are here in the studio, Andy, myself,
yes,
and then obviously Foodz' very own Jared Walsh is at home.
Spawn.
Yeah, I'm going to come and talk about this. I'm just getting headphones, so just talk amongst yourselves.
No worries, phones.
You know what's hilarious? I just realised that old mate Foodz there is on the floor, and he's laying down recording this, so he might sound a bit unusual than what he normally sounds like.
He'll sound a bit compressed, I reckon.
Yeah.
See, I am here because I was supposed to come in, but then what about this? So my daughter's childcare sent us a message yesterday throughout the afternoon, and they're like, hey guys, you may need to come and pick up your child because we have a plumbing issue at childcare and the power's gone out. So like, oh, okay, fair enough, we'll do that. Then a message last night, no, all good, plumbing's back to normal, you can come in tomorrow. Then about 8 o'clock last night, yeah, no, we didn't, we underestimated how bad this plumbing issue is. So obviously all the kids at childcare have done massive dumps.
I just reckon you went along and took care of it, and because that sounds like something you do.
I sound a bit echoey. What's going on with this Foodz banter? Like, I saw this on social media yesterday, and whoever does our Instagram obviously is bored because there is a tag for me that I've put up a post. I'm trying to make a living. I was made redundant, so I didn't want to bring it up again, but you guys obviously had. And Foodz is a fantastic, ready to go food product. It's healthy, it is convenient, and the taste is incredible. Hey, and I highly recommend.
What happened to Thomas Farms that you were all into a few years back?
That is also a very nice establishment. But while you are asking about Foodz, if you go online and use the code SUMMER-JARED for 20% off orders over $69, T's and C's apply. See the website. Thanks for bringing it up.
Okay, so when you made this deal with Foodz, did you have to meet them like in person? Did you drive there in your Eblin Subaru? Like, how did it work?
No, they just said, hey, Jared, you've got a really good presence about you, and we know that you live a pretty busy lifestyle. You've got a young family, and we were going to speak to the other members of Best Team Men, but we had a look at Matty's socials, and he's doing a schnitzel tour of South Australia, and we had a look at Andy's socials, and he has drank all the Shifty Lizard beer. So you probably are the best candidate to be a brand ambassador for us.
I don't know what you should talk about, guys, but I have a fantastic time. Well, I reckon I've had Foodz before. I reckon they do a schnitzel. I'll review it.
Oh, yeah?
Well, you won't, mate. No, you're out. Sorry. They've picked me, and I think you guys need to just deal with it.
Well, Andy and I are going to work on getting our own sponsorships over the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, I think Little Box can throw some cash.
You know, that would entail writing back to emails, so there's your first issue.
Well, that's your job, so.
We had a big round, boys. I know it's a little bit different because we're not in the Ozcast studio, but there's a lot to happen. So we will be playing our Back to the Future game. I have that ready to go. Matty, 9 out of 10 last round. Incredible. It caused a stir on social media. We will open up the checks in the mailbag. Matty, we need your take on what's happening in South Australia with the recent COVID announcements, because you've been very passionate on social media.
Yep.
How have both of your weeks been to start off with? I like to ask that question.
Mine has been very busy. The world of podcasting has seemed to have awoken within Australia, and things are pretty crazy from a content point of view to advertising and stuff like that. So things are pretty cool. Little Box Co's offers tits again. I was looking at other opportunities for Yaz to get stuck into. While we waited for Little Box Co to take off, but that seems to have come a little early. So if you do want a good gourmet food box, there's a huge range up there right now. Hashtag Spawn. I'll do a sponsorship partnership on Instagram for it as well, and get on there and check it out. It's quite cheap, and it's very good. And you never know, I could come to your door and also give you a box.
Well, yep. Well, you did. You actually arrived at my house over the weekend, and I wasn't there. But you were doing all the deliveries, and that's something I love, because I think that if the owner of the business is the one doing the deliveries, they can actually speak to the consumer and tell you more about the product, the work that goes into it, instead of just a staff member that goes, I know nothing, I'm just getting paid casual wages here.
Well, even not a staff member, like we've had opportunities to have other people deliver it, but it isn't the same. It's not the same engaging relationship with the client or the purchaser of the box. We like to meet the people that buy them, and there's a lot of people that are like rebuying them and reordering them as well. So we've got lots of little relationships starting up everywhere with some cool people. So
good. What about you, Matty? How's your week been, brother?
I've had one of those weird weeks. Like, I'm shooting off to Perth tonight, and you know where you've got something, you're going away, and you're like, I've just got to get through the next couple of days, and then I'm out of here, and you just half-ass everything. As soon as you sit your seat on that plane, that is the best feeling in the world. Unreal, isn't it?
It's just like back in the day, there would be no when there was no internet on the planes. It was just like, you had your phone until you took off. Yeah. And it was just the greatest feeling to know any issues you had, no matter what they were out the door until you got back.
Yeah, that's right. So, and that's what I used to love about overseas trips as well. Like, say you're going to the US or something like that, you've got 15, 16 hours of you just don't have to talk to anyone. Yeah. No one can contact you, and it's just bliss.
Also seeing your other family, isn't that right, Jared?
Yeah, that's exactly right. And I think it's really important to acknowledge them. It has been a pretty big week. In South Australia, we're recording on a Wednesday morning. And less than an hour ago, Stephen Marshall, the Premier's come out and said, you know what, people can dance in South Australia now. And I instantly thought of Matt Burgess, because if you follow Matt on social media, if you have a look at his Facebook, every weekend it's pretty much a, g'day, Stephen. Here is an example of people dancing. Is there a chance we can do it in South Australia? The one over the weekend was brilliant. The video of people in Melbourne getting around each other. And Matt's social media is a journey. Whether it's football on Twitter on a Saturday night or a Sunday night, following his EPL coverage, Facebook for his commentary on schnitzels, and also the state of South Australia, I think it's really important. So I wanted you to talk through what this means, apart from the obvious of people dancing.
Yeah, well, obviously it's been a long time since we've been able to dance, over a year now. So I think end of Feb, early March was the last time. So, and the other states, like I said, and you just mentioned the video that I put up, Melbourne just came out of a 5-day snap lockdown where it was, hard closures and stuff like that. So, and then they went straight back into dancing and basically unlimited numbers. And for us who haven't had a community case here for a fair while now, it just seemed a bit ridiculous. So the state government, their whole angle on it was, they were blaming poor ventilation in venues as to why you couldn't dance. But people were in there. People were standing. None of it really made sense. So, today they announced that for venues under 200, free-for-all, dancing, go nuts. So, for me, a venue under 200 is going to be quite small, poor ventilation.
Give us an example of a venue under 200 so we can paint the picture.
Crybaby in the city, I think, holds about 150. Okay. So, say they have 150 in there, all 150 can dance. Awesome. That's great. Venues 200 capacity to 1,000, so where probably Red Square fits, Dog and Duck, Black Ball, those sort of places, they can have an allocated area of only 50 people dancing.
So it's like the people at the silent disco.
Pretty much, yeah. So, look, it's awesome that dancing's finally starting to make its way back. That setup doesn't make a lot of sense to me, where you can have a small venue have up to 200 people dancing, no worries. and the bigger venues can only have 50. Again, doesn't make a whole heap of sense, but I'm just grateful that we're starting to go in the right direction.
Here's a question. This might be a question for Steve the Pirate at Mighty Movement, but because we haven't danced for a year and people going out and drinking hard and dancing hard, is there going to be a lot of ankles getting snapped and calf muscles and shotguns going off? But there's a shooting here. Nah, it's just my Achilles.
Can you imagine someone going to Mind and Movement and sitting down with Steve the Pirate, and after they've brushed each other's teeth, then he is going to say, "So how can I help you?" And they're like, "Look, this might be a unique question, but I'm about to go out and I haven't danced for a little while. Do you have any stretches I need to do?"
Yeah, well, you put 2 fingers in and then and then you just twist it a little bit. All good.
Way
All good
you go.
to go.
I'm interested to see how venues are going to police the 50 people that are dancing.
Oh, you know they're going to go hard at it.
Well, how are they going to identify?
They're just going to have cops at every single...
Oh, yeah, the government will. But how are venues going to identify? Like, are you going to wear
they'll probably they'll probably roll up
Rope
with
it off.
like those
bollard
bright
type.
orange triangle phones. Or the rope thingy.
Yeah.
And then they'll be like, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then they try to work out the grid.
I imagine it's going to be similar to, like, you know, when you get some shaved ham at the deli section and you get a ticket,
Yes.
and then your number pops up and you go there.
Yeah.
Well, don't most
Or
clubs...
people are going to sneak in like you do the 12 items or less, but sometimes you just sneak in 14. You put, no, I've got 2 avocados in the one bag. This is one bag you're scanning, mate. And they just go, yeah, no worries, mate.
And then you get the odd
But
person.
I
roll up
count
with a
everybody's
trolley full.
items in front of me just so I can give them a death stare.
Do you think that, say, Red Square, for example, I haven't been there in years, but I'm assuming that they still have like back rooms and side rooms and stuff, that they will make that the dance room only, so then that's only where 50 people can go?
No, because both rooms are able to hold about, or at the moment due to current capacity restrictions, each room can hold about 120.
Yeah, right. Because when I was there in the back room doing some crazy game show thing, I had about 2,000.
Was that Hush? Because I did that in the back room as well. Which
I was another one-hit wonder in that back room, and lasted
Not
about
DJing
4
related?
weeks. No, it was some entertainment thing, you know, like
Velvet Underground?
No, just Andy Upperground, and and like I was like, and it was like full game show style. So like I can't remember who was DJing, but I was
Love
literally-
Shack?
What? You're just saying random words now?
No, wasn't Love Shack something that a
that
guy
was
we used to work with put on at showgrounds?
Oh, no. It's also probably a brothel, I would assume, which ties back to other couple episodes. No, I had to get up there and be like, all right, guys, like literally with that voice, it's time to play some games. Who wants to swap themselves in a potato sack? Like, and all that sort of shit.
I remember those ones.
Yeah.
I remember those ones at like Bubblegum on a Thursday night where you'd get like a man and a woman up there and they'd have to swap clothes
You
behind a
would be
sheet.
in court a lot now if you still did all that stuff back then.
You'd be a really good game show host, Andy, I reckon.
Yeah,
You'd be
great.
very good. And there is, I mean, you could take over from Andrew O'Keefe. We're not going to go into details of what's going on there, but I reckon you'd be really good at hosting Deal or No Deal or stuff like that.
We'll tag team.
What about the game show?
And
hosting?
also the game show.
Oh, gosh. All right. No, don't go there. I had a really strange start to the week earlier on.
Oh, what happened, mate?
I had to go up to the Barossa to
thank
record the Maker and the Drinker, which was
Sensational
an amazing
podcast on the Ozcast Network.
experience. It is on the Ozcast Network. And, oh, man, like this is the thing I love about podcasting is to get the podcast kit and go up and the episode will come out over the next few days. But it's first day of vintage up in the Barossa Valley. So this is the most full-on time for winemakers. And we were sitting in a shed with a winemaker who's just this is the first time that he's been in this shed with all the barrels and everything, and he's just picked the grapes, and it's like, far out, this is pretty awesome. So to do it up there, we went to 2 wineries. The second one, which will come out in a few weeks, we were sitting in like this room which smelled like oak and wine. And you know how much I love red wine? It was just heaven for me. The smell was amazing. So to paint the picture, it's a different vibe when you're in there rather than when you're in a studio. I think like I love being in the Ozcast studio, but when you're doing a wine podcast, have a glass of wine and sit in a room where the barrels are. It's a different vibe.
So it's not like my school excursion to the Coke factory where it just stank like Coke syrup, and then you never touch Coke after that because of the smell. Like it's a different story.
This was just the most beautiful smell, that right up there with some of the best smells I've ever smelt. And I've got a big nose, so it was incredible. I've also smelled some pretty off smells, so it was a bit different. So anyway, we needed the podcast kit, and that's what you had, Andy. So you dropped it off to my house on Sunday, and then you talked me through it on Sunday night. Now, Matt, this was such a weird experience because I was getting Andy to help me out with the program to record the podcast into the audio. The program's called Audacity, and it's a pretty good program. But with any kind of hardware, you need to install the drivers. Now, with Macs, it basically does it straight away when you put a USB into it. But I needed Andy to talk me through it because I didn't want to get to the browser and stuff it up. That would have been a waste of time and a waste of everybody's time. So Andy and I were on FaceTime, and I was trying to show him my screen, and he said, "Oh, why don't we do Facebook chat on the computer, or FaceTime on the computer, so then he could access my screen and actually move the mouse around?" And I said, "I don't have FaceTime on my computer." He said, "Okay, no worries. I'll be back in a sec." So Andy's gone, "I'll be back in a sec." And I'm sitting there having a look at this, just pretty much just this screen, just pretending I know what I'm doing. Then a couple of seconds later, I hear through my computer, "Yeah, g'day, mate. I'm in your computer." And I've gone, "Wait a sec. What is happening?" And Andy's voice is coming out of the speakers of my computer. He's like, "Yeah, I'm here, mate. I'm just on your computer." And the mouse starts moving. The weird thing was, there wasn't anything that popped up that said, "Can you give Andy Martin access?" It just happened. Like, he's hacked into my computer and he's moving around. He's Googling things, inappropriate things, mind you.
Yeah, I was.
And I'm just watching it happen. And I'm going, how does that? I didn't know that was a thing.
I tell you what, all I wanted to do was make sure that whenever you got onto Facebook and any Wish advertisements came up, that you had some dirty stuff in there. So that's why I was just Googling heaps of weird, dirty stuff. Yeah, that's what I do, man. I just jump straight on that computer and just sort it right out. Yeah,
so has that ever happened to you, Matty? Because that was the most bizarre experience, just to hear me sitting there, then Andy going, "Yeah, g'day, mate."
No.
And I'm looking like, "Wait, can you see me? Can you see what I'm wearing? Can you see what I'm doing?"
Yeah.
I haven't had anyone do it without my authority. No. I've had it happen before where I've needed people to come in onto my computer and, show me things, and the mouse has been moving around without my doing. So, but I've let them do it. So, no one has done it apart from the Packy from the Packy. But
the weirdest thing for me with that was the fact that this is really only for audio engineers or, anyone in the audio industry. When I was talking, it wasn't picking up in Audacity. It was just, I was literally coming out of the speakers of the computer. It had nothing to do with what was going on with the microphone.
Yeah.
And stuff. It was crazy. Anyway, I'm not going to tell you how I did it. But basically I can do it anytime, so be careful.
Every time I turn on the computer now, I'm like, I just need to make sure that I'm wearing something, because Andy could be there at any time. So, yeah, it was definitely a unique experience. Boys, should we get into one of our first little segments? We've got a nice little collection of segments here now on Best Team Men. You can get involved on social media at Best Team Men on Twitter. That's the same as Facebook and Instagram, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So let's do Sexy Sam.
Sexy Sam.
This is what we like to do, is share Sam Tugwell from the Pressbox app. He is a man who is unintentionally sexy every time he talks on their podcast. And look, this one is a bit of a throwback for Sexy Sam, but I think it fits in really well, and so does the audio. So, look, without further ado, we would like to throw over to Sexy Sam.
It's here, it's up, and it's erect, and it's all happening.
Sexy Sam.
And that audio was actually taken from Sexy Sam's bedroom. He hacked his computer and heard that.
Yeah. Wasn't even on the podcast.
No, absolutely.
So every time we listen to Pressbox, we will listen out to Sam Tugwell, who, again, is doing a great job on 5AA.
I feel like he could be a good candidate for your meditation podcast. He has a great voice for that sort of stuff.
Yeah, he does. He might be a bit too up, though, if you know what I mean.
A bit too erect.
Yeah, a bit too erect.
Yeah.
Like if he pulled it back a bit,
Oh, man.
He'd be right on.
Accidentally. None of this is intentional. It
Andy's
just accidentally
face
goes
there.
this way.
Oh, my God.
So I'm struggling at home at the moment with dad life. It's our kid is sleeping, which is great. She's almost 6 weeks old. But the other night we had this incident. So her sleeping
lost a
pattern,
finger.
pretty much, my missus puts her to bed at 7 o'clock. She'll sleep for 2 to 3 hours. Say again?
I said, no, you said you had that incident, and I was like, oh, she lost a finger. And I was like, no, that wasn't her. That was your brother.
No, that was certainly another one. And I try to get up at 3 a.m. to try and do feed and change nappy and resettle the baby. I feel really defeated though, because on the app that we've got with this cot, it shows when the baby is awake. So the times the baby is awake when my wife is settling her is about 10 to 15 minutes. The time that she's awake when I'm settling her is about 1 to 2 hours. So I'm really struggling at that side of things.
Maybe that's because you're so used to being on radio and entertaining for a whole shift, and then
Stop telling her jokes.
That's so true, man, because you shouldn't look the baby in the eye. You shouldn't really engage eye contact and stuff so they can just go back to sleep. But I'm looking at it going, oh, you're so cute. Can you smile for me? And it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. But again, my body clock is used to getting up really early, whether it's for the gym or radio and stuff. So I had this moment a couple of nights ago where I'm like, I am going to do everything perfect and just make this moment happy, and I'm going to be proud of myself. My wife's going to be proud of me. So got to 3 a.m. I've got the kid out of the cot. I've changed to nappy. I'm like, everything's good so far. Everything's great so far. She's settled. She's had a feed. I've burped her. Perfect. Taken the nappy off, gone for a change. I'm like, this is awesome. This is great. I'm going to win. I'm going to be victorious. I'll be able to go in the gym in the morning. What is that warm sensation, which is on my belly, going down my leg at the moment? I'm not sure. It might be a little bit weird, but there's something warm happening. No, it hasn't stopped. It's really warm. And I've turned the light on and the kid has shat all over me.
Yeah, it was
in
feeling.
the bed. It was a pretty defeating thing. However, the silver lining was after she shat all over me and I had to wash all the shit out of my belly button, she went to sleep. So I
that's
took
good.
it as a victory.
Absolutely. That's a huge win.
Yeah. Ding.
I was kind of thinking pre all that stuff. With our oldest daughter, she never did anything like that. Andy, do you notice that with your two daughters, like the oldest one and the youngest one, how different they are in their like personality traits and what they do?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Georgia, the oldest one, she was in our bed for 2 years. So the whole waking up thing sort of didn't really happen. But with Millie, we went, fuck that. She's going into her own bed, and I get up for her. So this morning I was up with her at 3 o'clock till 4 o'clock, and had a similar issue. Like I think she's a little bit unwell because she had some immunisations last week, and she spewed on me. So that was good. Awesome. Very similar thing, but on the arm. So I was like 3 o'clock, walking in the dark, trying to calm her down, and you hear it. And then you're like, there's this warm flowing substance on my left arm, and it's not what it usually is. And so then I turn the light on, and it's vomit.
And the stage that Millie's at, it's not just vomiting back the milk now. Like there'd be all lots of stuff in
Solids.
there.
Yeah. She's an absolute machine when it comes to food. So it's like a rainbow of fruit flavors.
Exactly. This is the stuff you've got to look forward to, Matty. This is all exciting stuff. This is definitely turning. This is the best form of contraception for you, talking to us about our kids.
Definitely.
Yeah. Or it might be the other way. You just you finish the episode, you're like, Jesus, do you want to get it done? Kira, what are you up to right now?
Hey, we're going to open the checks in the mailbag soon because there's been a lot of questions actually.
We
There
got
have been
heaps
a
on the
lot of
Insta one.
questions that need answers, which is good.
Would you want to open it now?
Yeah,
or?
let's open it now.
All right.
Okay, let's.
You've got mail.
That's it. Okay, well, let's start with the Instagram questions. I know, Walshy, you've got a heap of the Twitter ones. Oh, wait.
Heaps of Twitter
Sorry,
ones.
who does Twitter?
I'm not sure.
All right. Is Boo's Team Men ever coming back?
Oh, that's a very good question.
It's a great question.
Yeah, it is. We gave a little bit of a teaser last week about Shifty Lizard. There is an announcement that will be happening regarding Shifty Lizard. I think we'll probably be in a position next round to talk about what's going on with that. But Boo's Team Men is still definitely a thing, and it will be back, no doubt about it. Thank you.
Okay. Is the size of the screen in Jared's new Outback compensation for anything else? Fair question.
Who asked that?
It doesn't matter.
The crew at Evelyn Subaru.
It's a fascinating screen in there. It's amazing. And yes, it is.
Oh, awesome. Love your honesty. How many NBA jerseys does Jared own?
Oh, that's a good one.
That is a good one.
It's a good one. So I would have easily over 100. Easily over 100.
You're a very organised man. Do you have them collated on an Excel spreadsheet somewhere?
Not really. And I'm really particular in the ones that I wear. Like, I will rarely wear ones that aren't current. I also feel like I won't wear a player that is not at the particular team anymore.
Right.
So I kind of like to wear the jerseys that not many people are wearing around. So if I see other people wearing it, I probably won't wear that jersey again.
Okay. Yep, that's fair.
But yeah, it's the closest I've come to being an athlete, just being obsessed with sports tops. And I really look deep into the sports top mantra of their sponsors, the layout, the way the cut is, all that stuff. It's a real passion.
Nice. Cool. Okay, 2 more from the Instagram. I feel like this one's at Andy more than anyone.
No, how dare you?
Have you ever waxed your ring hole? I love our listeners. I haven't, no.
Is it from Yaz?
No, it's
No, I haven't touched my bum hole
okay.
with that. No.
Walshy, have you ever gone down that path?
No. I've left hair removal cream on my private parts for too long once using Veet, and it was a horrific experience, and I still get goosebumps of how bad it was.
Okay, last one.
Matt,
from the
you?
Insta. I said at the start I haven't.
You really jumped past that.
No, I said it. I was the first one to say I hadn't. So
sorry.
Okay.
No, I haven't. Just to your enemies. What? This is a 2-part question.
Two-party.
Yep, to party. What is your favourite podcast outside of Best Team Men, and where does Postbox Ep rank in your podcast listening?
Postbox.
Postbox.
Okay, I'll go first.
All right.
I love NBA podcasts, basketball podcasts. I really enjoy listening to. I find that there's a lot of really good player-driven podcasts now, which I enjoy because it's the rapport they have with their interview subject is really casual and comfortable, and it's not someone being interviewed by someone they may not trust as much. So their answers are a lot more casual.
Yep.
So I enjoy listening to that. There's two. There's the Old Man and the Three, which JJ Redick, who plays for the Pelicans, hosts. I still listen to a lot of radio podcasts as well. I listen to everything on the Ozcast network too, and I listen to Pressbox Ep every week.
Very nice. My go-to is one called Case File. It's a crime one, hosted by the bloke with the most monotone voice you've ever heard in your life. It's quite fascinating. And yeah, same as I listen to, every now and then I'll have a notification pop up for some Triple M footy best ofs.
Yeah.
Over summer there was the best of the quizzes and all that sort of stuff. So I just listen to those a fair bit.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
And everything on the Ozcast network.
Thank you very much. I listen to everything on the Ozcast network.
By choice?
Yeah, by choice.
Yeah.
But also when I'm not doing that, I don't know, like I've got a pretty broad range. It's like music. As long as it's good quality content, I'll listen to it. Also because I want to learn. Continually learning, whether that be from the content itself or the production and how they run their podcast. So I listen to a lot of podcasts on the NPR and Wondery networks. So Business Wars, I don't know if you've ever come across that. Business Wars is a great podcast where they tell the story of 2 businesses that have warred. If that's the word, gone to war. Yeah. Hospital ward. I was going to say. And I've been delivering to a lot of hospital wards at littleboxco.com.au. So the first one was Domino's and Pizza Hut. So it all starts back in like the 50s and 60s when pizzas were crazy, and they go right up until today. Yep. The one currently I'm listening to is SpaceX and Blue Origin. They're sort of war to get to space, basically.
Would there be an episode where Hungry Jack's and McDonald's with the Big Jack?
Yeah, or Burger King, because it's an American podcast. I dare say that'll be out at some point in the future. Yep. They have a massive team of researchers and writers and production people and stuff. So it's a really good podcast. Also, just I love hearing like going back to what you were saying, Jared, about what I did to your computer, is a podcast called Cyber from might be Vice, and they talk about cyber news and also talk about what's going on in the world from a cyber point of view. And then, that's right, headlines by Ozcast and the Meditation World on the Ozcast Network. I do
How
believe
often
that
do you listen to the post-box? Yep.
I've listened to 5 minutes of it just before we went on it that one time last year, and also the
I think they respect that though.
Yeah, I think they understand that. Yeah, I don't really care about sports stuff.
No,
we've noticed.
In the generic sort of overall world of sport, yeah, cool, whatever. But when it comes down to sort of talking about stats and what I feel about a certain rule change and stuff like that, I'm not listening to something that's going to make me money rather than lose me money. So
there's some great questions. This is from @Josh Miller, which is @MillTrain. How many side hustles does Andy have? I reckon he's asked something similar to this before.
Yeah, is this like you're going to get the answers over time if you keep asking me and then put it together as a montage?
He's asked the exact same question before, hasn't he? Yeah.
Yeah,
he has. No, don't answer that. Mate, Josh, if you're going to ask a question, can you please make sure you haven't asked it before? Far out.
15.
Okay, so the next question as we scroll down is from Cam Hawkins @Hawko88. Favourite coffee spot in Adelaide?
Ooh. When it comes to here in town, just behind Ozcast is a sneaky little one that started up called something Friend.
Right.
Give me a second.
Yeah, good. I should have given you preparation to prepare.
Bang Bang Cafe.
Okay. Not bad. In Semaphore, Mr. Pilgrim, my ultimate favourite in the city, Penny University. There's the two. There used to be this secret cafe that Andy and I went to somewhere in town near Gawler Place, which we used to say to our boss, do you want to go for a secret coffee? And any excuse that he had to get out of the office is like, yep, for sure. So he used to go there for about an hour each day and just sit down there. That was pretty good.
Yeah, and any Hello Sani that has Andy in it?
Hello Sani, very good. They've got 3 locations now, Peary Street, Gawler Place, and on Weymouth Street from Skip Strudwick. TV binge recommendations right now.
Well, Homeland season 8's just gone on to Netflix. That's a good one.
Has it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Look forward to that.
Homeland's great.
I haven't really been binging on much lately. Hey, it's been working. When I get home, I work. So,
okay. It's been a great Q&A so far.
Yeah, well, that chess one. I watched that chess one on Netflix. The something Gambit or something.
Okay, so you don't know the name of anything.
I'm really bad at lyrics and remembering shit.
I watched that. There's one on Netflix where they do an investigation into a girl missing at the Cecil Hotel in LA.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't bother.
Really?
Okay, we won't watch that one.
Shit.
I've been watching WandaVision on Disney Plus, which is amazing. If you like the Marvel movies, I reckon it's the most creative TV show that has ever been on television. It's incredible. It is called WandaVision.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Cool.
Okay, so a couple more from @Jamie Manson 101. Tried any good drinks lately?
Had a Fanta the other day.
Oh, nice.
That was good.
Yeah.
Good.
I had a vitamin C yesterday, which was pretty
I had
good.
a Torbreck red wine, which is beautiful up in the Barossa Valley. Very nice.
I feel like you're the one that's going to try something new out of all three of us.
Well, you know what? I did get a couple of bottles of wine through the Maker and the Drinker podcast on the Ozcast Network, and anything from First Drop Wines is sensational. Like we haven't had a bad one yet. You know, I don't mean bad like it's off when you open it up. But you know, when you're like, you have a wine, you're like, oh, that's not really for me. Anything that we've drunk, whether it be a Shiraz or like anything lighter than that, has been sensational.
Like, that's what I find. And I said to John Retzis from First Drop the other day, it's difficult for me to drink other wine because of how good First Drop is. The Torbreck that I had the other day that's the closest that I've been to have something on par with First Drop. It's absolutely beautiful. 2 more questions. But this is the one from Chewbacca SA.
Shout out to Jamie
Will we hear
Manson
Jared
from
Walsh on the radio again now that he's had some time away to reflect? Has he been approached from any other station?
Now, you've made a bit of a deal out of this one. You've posted it all over your social media and you've built up the answer, so I'm very looking forward to it.
Well, the reason that I've put this on social media, I wanted to do a little bit of a test because I think there are certain types of people who are going to be listening to what's going on here. And I think this happens a lot. Now, I'll be completely honest because I am on this podcast. There's certain types of people who will be listening for this answer. There'll be ones who are genuinely interested and be really keen to hear what's going on. They're the genuine caring type. There will be people that will be listening to go, I just want to find out what's going on because I like gossip, so I can just start gossiping because the media is just full of that. There'll be other people that will be going, I don't like Jared. I'm going to listen just to see what he's doing. Hopefully he's not doing anything because he could be taking an opportunity away from me. There's so many different types of people that would be listening.
That's me and Andy.
The answer to the question, say again.
I said that's me and Andy.
Oh, 100%. But that's not just the media industry. That's just people in general. People like to know what's going on so they can talk about it.
Yeah.
They like to message you and come out of the blue. Oh, mate, you got another radio gig. And I'll write back, hey, mate, haven't heard from you in 6 months. What's going on? Everything okay? But because there's news. So the answer to the question from Stubacker is, potentially you might hear me on the radio again. There is a fair chance of that happening. Have I been approached from other stations? I've had conversations with other radio stations apart from Nova Entertainment. Definitely. It is all dependent on whether the fit is right for the station and myself. Our values need to align of where we are at. The leaving Nova and 5AA gave me a really good opportunity to reflect on what's important to me and the journey and the direction that I want to head. And if that aligns with the journey and the direction the station wants to head, then fantastic. I love radio, and I think that I've got a lot to offer in certain elements of it still. So conversations are happening, and when they are final, if and when, I will tell you on Best Team Men podcast. Does that answer it enough?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. The next question. Palmer or Palmy? That's a stupid question because everyone says Palmy, right?
And that's in from at Melbourne.
Yeah,
Matty, take us through your top 5 schnitties in South Australia, and then we'll go into the Back to the Future quiz to finish off this round of Best Team Men.
Righto. So coming in at number 5.
Yep.
Champion Takeaway, Christie's Beach.
Okay.
Really good for takeaway shop quality palmy.
How does it come? Is it in
Comes
one of those
in a styrofoam?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I was going to say, those foil.
Nah, it's not foil. No, actually, it might be one of the cardboard ones because I think that people are trying to be a bit more environmentally friendly and stay away from styrofoam.
Yeah.
So it comes in there. So for a takeaway shop, it's actually pretty good quality. The Lonsdale Hotel, the Lonnie.
Yeah, Lonnie.
The Lonnie. Yep. So you can go down there.
Let's go to Launceston.
Yep. So you can go down there and get a schnitty and
that's where
try not get stabbed.
That's where the those two boys that make movies and that chamois guy drove that car full of water through the drive-thru.
Yeah.
Raka boys. Yeah. Crazy fellas.
Another takeaway shop coming in at number 3, Grace Court.
Oh, Gracie.
Yep, Gracie Court.
Where's that?
What did you catch?
A palmy.
So no, they're a great little takeaway shop just in at Morphevale near my house. Coming in at number 2, the Cooper's Ale House, the one in the city.
Yeah.
Their 600 gram setup is phenomenal.
That'll be massive.
Yeah, it's huge.
Do they, how do you say this in non-sexual terms, bat it out?
Yes.
Like,
they must do.
Give it a good hammer.
Smashing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you know how they flatten it out?
Yeah, they belt it.
Yeah. Give it a good belt.
And
what's the palmy like?
Yeah, good one. And number 1, the Seaford Hotel 1 kilo.
1 kilo?
1 kilo.
Now, I've had a few 1 kilos in my time, palmies, and is it one piece of meat?
It is.
Or is it many?
No, it's one.
Okay.
One.
Wow.
So I went there with a mate of mine and we ordered one each, and the guy was like, great timing. There's only 2 left. So we went, this is, it's fate. It's meant to be.
Yeah.
So we went there and we ordered and we thought, this is awesome. We've came at the best time. And anyway, he comes out about 5 minutes later and he says, look, guys, I'm really sorry, but at the same time you guys ordered, someone from the bistro, which is in another part of the pub, ordered one as well. So we've only got one. So he said, what we'll do is we'll give you one of the 1 kilos and then we'll give you 3 normal schnitzels on a plate.
Oh, so 3 normal ones in 1 kilo.
Yeah, 3.
Far out.
Yeah. So it was...
How'd you go?
I had the 1 kilo one and I smashed it.
Yeah.
So
We will put that up on our social media. I think that's very important. Maddie, the only issue I have is 4 out of the 5 are from suburbs which are south of the city. You need to come over the other side of the city to experience, right?
3 of the 5.
Oh, well, sorry, mate.
That's
Well, just come to the side of town and experience it. But it's a good start. So maybe we can say Maddie's southern suburbs top 5.
Yeah.
Maddie's southern suburbs top 5 of schnitzels. Parmesanas.
All right, let's play Back to the Future, Andy. This is your redemption round here. Back to the Future quiz. We like to do a little bit of nostalgia. Oh, it's just beautiful, this music.
Doc.
Greatest movie of all time.
We're going to 2020.
Okay, guys, you know what the deal is. Your name is your buzzer. Test your buzzers, please.
Andrew.
Matthew.
Good luck. Here we go. Question 1, keeping in mind that Matt Burgess got 9 out of 10 last round. Question 1, name a famous soft drink starting with the word doctor.
Matt. What is it?
Dr. Pepper.
Correct. Dr. Pepper is correct.
I just knew you were going to answer that, so that's why I said your name.
I'll
throw him in.
Just to reflect on years gone past. Question 2, name one of the Brady Bunch.
Matthew.
Far out, man.
Marsha.
Do you drop some brain drugs before we get in here? Because you're just right on the ball.
No.
Finish this title. Home Alone 2.
Matthew. Lost in New York.
Oh, he's good. He's good.
I was going to say,
3.
Andrew, not as good as the first one.
Question 4. Name a Sydney Swans player with the first name Jared.
Matthew.
Andrew, damn it, you're in front. God damn it. I mean, I went to a Catholic school. I mean, golly damn it.
Well, you've got Crouch, Moore, McVeigh. Yeah.
Okay, well done, Maddie's
Does that
got
mean you
4.
have 3 points, I guess? That's awesome.
Question 5. Name a track on Super Mario Kart.
The album or
I was like, I don't know the soundtrack. What are you talking about?
Name a track on Super... No?
Andrew, Mushroom Heaven?
No.
Sorry, that was just
That's the name of your.
sexual
That's the name
experience.
of your biography, mate.
Mushroom Heaven.
Okay, so I would have accepted like Rainbow Road. There's Cooper Trooper Beach, and I think it's Cooper Beach.
I was going to say Kokomo Beach, but I think that was the Beach Boys.
Yeah.
Okay, Matt's on 4. Question 6. Name a band member from 5.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Andrew.
Andy?
Matt.
Matt is incorrect. No. There was like Sean.
Shauno.
Richie,
Sean Kemp.
Abs, Scott, Jay. I think it's Jay.
Oh, yeah, Scotty.
Anyway, Matty's leading 4-0 at the moment. Question 7. Name a former Adelaide breakfast radio show.
Matthew.
Andrew. For fuck's sake, you fucking fuck.
Matt.
Paul, Amanda, and James.
Yeah, great.
Yeah,
5.
cool.
Question 8. Name a Marvel character.
Matt.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Thor.
Matt's got 6. Andy, just say your name straight away, bro.
For some reason, I think about it before I say it, and then all of a sudden, Maddie's in there
That's
first.
the key, man. Just the key. Question 9. Name an Eminem song.
Andrew.
Hey.
Yes.
Lose yourself.
There you go. All right.
Yeah.
And
Which is what I'm doing right now.
6-1. 6-1. This one is worth 7 points. Spell the word Tamagotchi.
Andrew. Yeah, I said that. I was like, fuck, I don't know how to spell it. Tamagotchi?
And he's won it.
Yeah, this is bullshit. Yes. Yes. I am the winner.
Bullshit.
Oh, boys, that was great. Good round. Please share this podcast. We have more news coming up next round. Enjoy Perth.
I'm going to study for my next quiz.
I'm going to just roll up.
This
I
has
guess.
been great.
He's just Stephen
Thanks to
Bradbury.
Ozcast Network. Thanks to Con. Thanks to Stavros, the teeth cleaner. And
cups, trophy badges, man. Yeah, we do it better. Best team, man.
BTS.
BTS. Yeah. Best team, man.
Sweet.
Okay.